This is the hardest video I'll ever make, and it might be the hardest one you'll ever watch. But if you love your dog, or if you've ever loved a dog, you need to hear this. Because in the final days before a dog passes, they go through a series of psychological and behavioral shifts that most owners only recognize in hindsight. And by then, it's too late to give them what they were really asking for. This isn't about medical symptoms. This is about what's happening inside your dog's mind as they approach the end. The things they do, the things they stop doing, and the one thing they need from you more than anything else in those final hours. 1. They start giving away their routines. The first sign is so subtle that almost nobody catches it in real time. Your dog stops initiating the things they used to love, not all at once, gradually. The walk they used to sprint toward? They still go, but they don't ask for it anymore. The toy they used to drop at your feet? It stays where it landed last. The spot by the window they'd guard every afternoon? Empty more often than not. This isn't depression in the way humans experience it. It's a withdrawal that runs deeper than mood. Your dog's internal system is beginning to conserve. Energy that used to flow outward toward play, toward exploration, toward engagement with the world, is quietly being redirected inward. They're not choosing to stop enjoying things. The enjoyment is being slowly turned down by a body that is reallocating its remaining resources. Most owners explain this away. They're getting older. They're just tired today. It's the weather. And sometimes that's true. But when the pattern holds, when day after day, the rituals that defined your dog's life start falling away one by one, something deeper is happening. And the dog knows it before you do. 2. They seek you out differently. This is the one that breaks people when they finally understand it. In the days and weeks before a dog passes, many dogs begin seeking their owner with a different quality of attention. Not more attention, necessarily. Different attention. They'll come and lie beside you for no apparent reason. At times, they normally wouldn't. They'll rest their head on your foot while you work. They'll follow you to a room and just stand there, looking at you, before slowly lying down. This isn't clinginess, and it's not anxiety. It's something that behaviorists have observed consistently, but that science hasn't fully explained yet. Dogs approaching the end of life increase proximity-seeking behavior specifically toward their primary bonded human, not toward other pets, not toward other family members, toward you. Some researchers believe this is a comfort-seeking behavior, the dog returning to their secure base during a time of internal distress they can't articulate. Others believe it's something simpler and more devastating. They're spending time with you. Not because they understand death, but because something in their body is telling them that energy is finite, and the place they want to spend what remains is beside you. If your older dog has started appearing next to you more quietly, more often, with less reason and more stillness, pay attention. They might be telling you something they have no other way to say. 3. They forgive everything. Dogs approaching the end undergo a behavioral softening that is one of the most quietly heartbreaking things in the animal world. The dog who used to bark at strangers stops caring. The dog who guarded their food bowl walks away from it. The dog who had anxious episodes becomes unnervingly calm. It looks like peace, and in some ways, it is. But it's a peace that comes from a nervous system that is slowly releasing its grip on the mechanisms of survival. Territoriality, resource guarding, hypervigilance, these are all energy-expensive behaviors driven by a brain that believes it needs to fight for its continued existence. When that drive begins to fade, what's left is a dog stripped of every defense, every agenda, every protective layer. What's left is pure. This is why the final days with a dog often feel different from every day that came before. There's a gentleness in them that seems almost deliberate, a patience that wasn't there before, as if the dog, freed from the weight of surviving, can finally just exist beside you, without needing anything to be different than exactly what it is. 4. They watch you more than ever. In those final days, you'll notice something if you're paying attention. Your dog watches you. Not the way they used to, predicting your movements, hoping for food, reading your signals. This is a different kind of watching. Quieter, longer, softer. They'll lie across the room and just look at you, not asking for anything, not waiting for anything, just looking, as if they're memorizing you. Some owners find this unsettling. Some find it heartbreaking only after the dog is gone and they realize what those looks were. Those moments are your dog doing the only thing they have left to do, being with you, not in the active, joyful, tail-wagging way you're used to, but in the way that matters most at the end, present, aware, choosing to spend their fading energy on the simple act of keeping you in their sight. There are owners who will tell you, years later, about one specific moment, a look their dog gave them in the last day, the last hour, a look that felt different from every look before. And they'll say, I think they were saying goodbye. They were. 5. They try to protect you from what's coming. This is the one I need you to hear most carefully. Some dogs, in their final hours, do something that seems cruel, but is actually the most selfless thing they'll ever do. They hide. They walk away from you. They find a quiet, enclosed space, under a bed, behind a couch, in a closet, and they go there alone. Most owners interpret this as the dog wanting to die alone. The internet is full of that explanation, but recent behavioral analysis suggests something different. Dogs don't have a concept of death. They don't know they're dying. What they do know is that something is wrong inside their body, something overwhelming, something they can't fix. And their deepest instinct when they're in that state isn't to seek isolation for themselves. It's to avoid burdening the pack. In wild canid groups, sick or injured members often separate not to die in peace, but to avoid attracting predators to the group, to avoid making the pack vulnerable. It's not self-preservation. It's group preservation. Your dog, in their final hours, might walk away from you not because they want to be alone, but because even now, even at the very end, their instinct is to protect you. From what? From the vulnerability of being near something they can't control, from the distress of watching them struggle, from a predator that, in their ancient wiring, might be drawn by the scent of weakness. They're trying to keep you safe, one last time, even if it's the last thing they do. What they need from you. If your dog is approaching this stage, or if you suspect they might be, I need to tell you the most important thing in this video. Stay. Don't give them space, because you think that's what they want. Don't leave the room, because it's too hard to watch. Don't assume they're better off alone, because they walked away. Go to them. Sit beside them. Put your hand where they can feel it. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to fix anything. You just need to be the last thing they feel, because your dog spent their entire life following you, to the kitchen, to the couch, to the bathroom, to bed. Every room you entered, they entered behind you. Every place you sat, they lay beside you. They built their whole world around the simple act of being where you are. And in the last moments of their life, the only thing they need is for you, just once, to follow them, to sit beside them the way they sat beside you 1,000 times. To be the presence that says, I'm here and I'm not leaving, and you are not alone. You owe them that, not because they earned it, although they did, but because it's the one thing they would have done for you without hesitation, without question, without a single thought for themselves. Stay. That's all they need. That's everything.